Good morning. I'm Andy Myers at Weiss Research.
I'm Jen Amos, and this is your morning market update for Wednesday, January 12th. Stocks on Wall Street are taking their cues from Europe today. The major markets across the continent are posting solid gains, following a successful debt auction by Portugal. The government sold more than $1.5 billion worth of bonds, near the top end of the expected range. The sale proves Portugal can still tap credit markets and bodes well for other struggling economies such as Spain and Italy, which are holding their own bond auctions tomorrow. However, the good news doesn't solve Europe's long-term debt problems. Portugal may still need to ask for a bailout, and the Eurozone may need to expand the size of its rescue fund.
The U.S. economy is back in focus as well today. Import prices rose 1.1% last month, due mainly to higher fuel prices, which jumped more than 4%. Crude prices are on the rise following the data and are now well above $91 a barrel. Investors are now looking forward to the Federal Reserve's Beige Book survey of regional economic conditions due out this afternoon. Tomorrow, we'll get a report on international trade, along with data on producer prices and jobless claims. Speaking of international trade, Treasury Secretary Tim Geithner is commenting on America's relationship with China. At Johns Hopkins today, he repeated calls for China to allow its currency to strengthen against the dollar and give U.S. goods more access to the Chinese consumer market. He said that in return, the U.S. will give China more access to our high-tech goods and allow China to take greater advantage of investment opportunities here. The speech comes ahead of Chinese President Hu Jintao's state visit to Washington next week.
On the corporate front, the biggest mover in early trading is ITT. That stock is surging more than 20% on news that it will split into 3 separate entities. ITT will spin off its water-related businesses and defense technology segment into 2 new companies. That will leave just its manufacturing and engineering operations in the existing company. ITT shareholders will own stock in all 3 companies once the plan is completed, which is expected to happen before the end of the year. Also keep an eye on Chevron today. The oil giant said it expects fourth quarter profit to top nearly $3.8 billion it earned in the third quarter. Chevron cited higher crude prices and said it also expects profit margins in its refining and marketing businesses to grow. Not much else in the way of earning news this morning, but Intel will report its fourth quarter results on Thursday afternoon, followed by JP Morgan Chase on Friday morning.
A couple more stocks to watch today. Goldman Sachs was downgraded to neutral by JP Morgan, and Bernstein cut its rating on General Electric to market perform. Finally, Soleil Securities downgraded U.S. Airways from buy to hold, sending that stock down 1% in early trading. That's the latest from Weiss Research. Have a great trading day.